I'm here at the RYA Dinghy Watersports Show 2023 on the Sailingfast stand with Emma and Duncan, and I can't believe I'm actually saying this. It's 20 years you're celebrating here at the stand.
Yeah, 20 years since we started the business. October 2002 is when it all kicked off, and it's hard to believe it, but time was flying.
And what was the first thing you ever did as Sailingfast?
I'd been coaching a lot over a number of years, but the first thing I did was I picked up the phone to Rick Redding and said, Rick, can I have an account? Can I start selling topper kit in Scotland for you? I think I've got an opportunity. Thankfully he said yes. He wasn't sure, he did a bit of convincing, but after time, that was where it all started off with topper.
And Emma, one of the fastest growing areas of the business and of water sports in general has been the whole paddle side, and you've been a huge part of that.
It's been fantastic. 8-9 years ago now we started the paddle fast side of the business. Obviously through COVID that really ballooned out of control. I'm glad to say it's settled down a bit now to more kind of manageable levels, and we're finding people are exploring more, they're upgrading. Those who've got into the sport are really enjoying it and sticking with it, and others who are just doing it recreationally for fun in the summer, they're still doing that.
One of the things I find extraordinary about Sailingfast is you seem to be at every single event. How do you do it?
So a lot of time on the road, driving up and down the country. Our aim is to look after our customers, to be with our customers, and we could sit in an office and be online, but it's actually better to be in front of them and talk to them face to face. So the only way you can do that is to drive and be at the event.
And your customers, the number has grown hugely, and the classes you cover as well has grown out of all recognition from when you started up. What do you now do in the way of classes?
The long list. We look after Ilka, we look after the Wasp. We've recently signed up with RS, which is fantastic. We look after Topper.
Mackay 420.
Mackay 420s, yeah, we bring them in from New Zealand.
Starboard paddleboards, red paddleboards, Fanatic,
Nash.
Duotone with the wing foiling as well.
So there's a lot of brands. In the early days we started off with Harkin and Marlow to supply us with those kind of basic core components. So it's been a long journey, gradually building the brands. You don't go out and just pick them all up on day one. It's been step by step, talking to the right people, and eventually, we're now at the stage where some of those brands are coming to us and saying, can we work with you? Which is a great place to be, but we've got to keep them happy, we've got to keep our customers happy, and another 20 years, keep going.
And it is a growing brand, Sailingfast, and you're continually just growing relationships with new suppliers and new customers. How are you managing that growth?
We're working quite hard behind the scenes. Duncan might be doing a lot of driving, but I'm doing the long hours in the office. What's really nice coming to the RYA Dinghy Show is actually putting the faces to the email addresses and the phone conversations that we've had. I don't get let out very much these days, Mark, so it's actually really nice to see everyone.
And in 20 years' time, where do you hope to see the business?
A great question. In all honesty, I don't really know. I never really wanted to be the biggest. I want to be the best. I want to do the best we can. Where that takes us, I don't really know. As you know, the sport is evolving, whether it be foiling or paddle sports. These things are 20 years ago, they didn't exist. I mean, foiling did in various kind of forms, but the mass appeal of the Wasp now, for example, is completely changed. So who knows where we're going to be?
Well, I have to say there are many of your customers who undoubtedly think of you as the best. So congratulations on 20 years, and here's to the next 22 years. Well done.
Cheers.
Good times.